Hello there. Welcome back to the channel. It is a wonderful time here on Magic with Melly. Clearing space, unlocking memories, healing, doing some shadow work. You guys, there's lots to buckle down on, all right? The sage started going crazy, so I think a lot of you guys are cleaning out some BS or working on it. The energies are really potent, y'all. You know, some of you really face extremes. Extreme happy, extreme horrible. Happy and horrible. Horribly happy. Happily horrible. Take it however it works. Some of you enjoy staying in your pain, your depression. Oh, woe is me, victim. Oh, boo-hoo, something happened to me. Look at me, I didn't deserve it. And it's like, well, weigh it out. Weigh out what you've dished out and what you're receiving right now. What you've dished out and you thought that you got away with. Wonder if the situation you're in is karmic, right? If you a lying hoe, then you're going to experience lying hoes. You're going to be choosing lying hoes. You're going to be attracted to what you are. Remember, what's inside is also, you know, on the outside. Inside out. And if you're an honest person, you're going to see honest people in your life also. Then if you are like faking one thing or other, like a kind of like chaotic energy, well, you're going to be seeing a lot of both. You got to really purify and clear out, like, what do you really want in your life? What do you think you actually deserve in your life? Some people feel as if they were born to take other things down. That they thrive on that. That is maybe what they were, like, what their intention was. I'm getting Vegeta vibes and like Saiyan vibes, you know, like destroying the world. But then there's like so many testaments, so many like efforts in the opposite direction, and that could eventually just change who you are. Maybe you're not who you thought you were, and I don't know. There's some re-identification that's happening for some in the collective. Because we need to feel, we feel passionate hate or we feel passionate love, or we haven't experienced it yet and we're trying to find those things. The love, hate, and all things in between, perhaps. This is about passion projects, your hobbies. This is about a new level of communication I'm hearing, like maybe next level partnerships, next level types of connections, next levels in your business. Maybe you're getting promotions, maybe you're getting contracts, maybe you're signing off opportunities or offers, or signing on them. You know, it depends on what do you want, you know, because you could be accepting or rejecting. Just because an opportunity comes your way doesn't mean it's all of them are for you. I learned that, right? I had a hand given towards me, you know, where it's like I had a job offer and it seemed like it was going to work out. All I needed to do was show up, but right outside their doors, my button popped off on my outfit. And what does that tell me? You know, it tells me layers of things. I'm not meant to be there. As much as I thought the opportunity was for me and it was very much cut out for me, I can choose that it's not for me, you know, because they don't know me, I know me, you know, like that type of thing. You can navigate your life as much as possible. Something that's easy is not going to be necessarily the best. Maybe the best option is the hardest option. Maybe maybe certain location moves need to occur. Maybe a breakup needs to occur. Maybe a job change needs to occur. Some sort of change. It doesn't even have to be dramatic. It could be just changing up your routine. Maybe you drink coffee every day and you're going to change up to tea. Maybe you don't go for a run or a walk and you want to start going for runs or walks. Maybe you are wanting to join a team or an extracurricular thing, something that you're interested in, you haven't been there yet, you'll want to try it out. You see other people just doing all these random things and you're like, well, what am I doing? Some of you really feel this way of maybe you're always in the same cycle with other people and their hobbies, and it's like, what would I do if they didn't invite me out? Like, truly ask, like, you literally like say that so publicly, like, you love all these friends, these people in your life. What would I do without you? Truly, what would you do without them? Would have your own hobbies? You have hobbies that you share, but do you have your own that you found? And it's like sometimes it's vice versa, where you find friends through your hobbies, or you don't, or your friends show you new hobbies. Either way, don't place too much dependence on what you do, on what someone else does, or what someone else is seeing, or trying to prove anything to anyone. The only person you need to prove is yourself. The big concept here I'm getting is, do you, like, this is not a competition. It's more like if there's a competition anywhere, it's you versus you, me versus me. Like, we are in it for ourselves, and anyone who is seeing you as selfish is like, yeah, I am selfish because I care about myself, I love myself. You're just not in alignment with my boundaries, and you're getting pissed off and twisting it and twisting my arms and calling me this and that and this and that. Then, like, at some point, some of this gossip and some of this twisted tailings need to stop. For some, it's like they can't control you, so they need to control other people's perspectives of you. Some of you deal with this energy, and it's very common energy. When people don't get what they want, when people are like sick and deviating, or like nasty, manipulative people, they do it until they can't anymore. And then when they can't anymore, it's like they get angry. They unravel. They make up shit about you. They push your buttons and make you, like, push you out of character. Some of this is like you've had to do things that looked or seemed out of character because, I don't know, XYZ, maybe you were pushed to drink too much, or maybe you were pushed to, like, your buttons were pushed because you were vulnerable and shared how you feel, and you're like, well, this makes me uncomfortable, or I have anxiety, or I have, like, this situation going on, rather than directly addressing it. Because some people, it's like your partner didn't work with you. A lot of this is like, now they're seeing you happy or unhappy, however you'd been displaying yourself, with or without you. Some of it's mind games, some of it's like they see you move on and they're like, well, let's see if they've really moved on. Let me see, because it's like a winning energy. They, like, if I can't have you, no one can. But it's like, if you don't even want them, then, like, why is their energy or efforts or perspective or feelings or anything like that matter? I don't know. Some of you, there's been entertainment in sort of areas that don't serve you. Could be social media, could be a person, could be finding yourself at work repeatedly and you are always complaining about being there. Then why do you still let yourself be there? If you're always complaining about your partner, why are you still with your partner? XYZ. All of these things apply. Listen to your complaints, but then also listen to, like, who makes your complaints happen more often. I know a lot of gossiping, a lot of shit is someone who just has ill intent to begin with. If someone's like asking about how someone's been, it's like, well, why don't you hang out with them to figure out how they've been? You know, like, why do you want to talk about them? That's like a big thing. It's like, why do you want to talk about them? I get, like, there is a degree of they care, but then it's like, then if there's continuation of the conversation, then it's gossiping. Then it's like they're trying to get the story so they can change it somehow, or like, I don't know, some of these things, maybe a situation fell apart because you have a gossiper in your life that twisted the story and then it went out of control, and then they're sitting there with their hands on under their butts like, oops, like I shouldn't have done that. Some of these people are fucking regretting what they're doing because it's gonna backfire eventually. The truth comes out. And it's like that song Truth Hurts, Lizzo is big time coming out. Truth Hurts. Needed something more exciting. Some people instill drama in other people's lives because they need they need entertainment. They got nothing better to do. Maybe they don't have a job. Maybe they don't have a job for a reason, because they ass got fired because of what? Maybe karma, more karma. There's some shit here with resisting your journey. But it's coming in whether or not you like time. I'm hearing from spirits, time waits for no one. It keeps going. It just keeps going. So if you have a project or something that you've been hanging on to and want to start, grab it, do it, pause this video, go, and maybe come back if you want to, or let this video unfold and inspire you into something. I don't know. Like, let yourself maybe take notes. Let yourself make an agenda. Let yourself plan things out. Let yourself go shopping for the supplies. Something about grounding this passion project, it just needs to happen, right? It could be a romantic passion project where you're planning a date, a very intricate date that's going to blow their mind, literally sweep them off their feet. And that's like, love it. But then there's also this planning, intricate planning of like chasing your dreams. How am I going to plant the seeds and then nourish that and then repot it and plant the seeds some more and nourish it? And you're going to have a garden, and maybe it's going to start as a secret garden, right? That is a terminology that's been a synchronicity for me recently in the last day or two, is secret garden. Maybe you have to keep your little nourishments and your little plants a secret, like these maybe they're mini passion projects. You don't know where it's going to lead you, and you don't want anybody to get in the way. You have to protect that. Maybe you just, that's your keyword. But I love this 9 of Cups because it's like wish fulfillment energy. You guys are gonna be manifesting good things. You're gonna be manifesting that good shit. So let me talk about what's here finally. I have feather messages, angel numbers. I have Kipper. I have compliment cards. They're kind of brass, and they're kind of like funny and punny and like low-key. I like these. Some of them might be offensive for some, just warning you. We have the Hidden Truth, a tarot card deck, and then I have pre-shuffled oracles. For my crystal lovers, I have more Libyan desert glass. I have this piece right here just to switch up from the other piece, and I have another piece right here on top of the pre-shuffled oracles to protect them. The black opal is back again, and I have a smoky citrine piece and a fluorite butterfly and a salt lamp. We're burning is a wonderful ritual to have if you want to release anything as well. You can work with unakite if you want to release as well. If you feel like you need to cry, if you feel like you need to feel your emotions, if you need to release someone specific that you need to just, you know, understand where your feelings are coming from, understand your situationship. Unakite is wonderful for that. I want to highlight that. And then kyanite is wonderful for connecting to someone. But perhaps if you don't want to feel the way they feel, or do, like, if you don't want to be in connection with them, then maybe separate with kyanite for some time. But maybe, you know, connection is what you guys need here. That understanding, that feeling how they feel, and like working through it, and some of that. But in this reading, we are navigating for the behalf of the highest good. We ask that no bad spirit or bad intentions penetrate this reading, that only that energy will be channeled out, and that we will be working with divine protection, love, and respect in this space. No evil or weapons of evil shall prevail for me or the collective or anybody who is watching on behalf of collective or cross-watching for the collective. Everybody, we are accepting good in our heart space. We are saying yes and an amen. Thank you so much, Source. So let's get to the reading. I'm going to clear space for you guys. So 666 flipped over when I was putting it away. So I'm going to take that and keep it for you guys. I think that's probably significant. Some of you resonate with the 666 number. It is definitely a manifestation number, but I did notice that it is a swirl. 666, maybe you were born on June 6th. Maybe you have the favorite numbers are sixes or 666. But this it says a wake-up call for you to re-examine your current situation and change the direction of your thoughts so you can raise your vibration to a more positive frequency. I am centered. So I guess on that note, I'll shuffle out more because this is significant. Let's elaborate more on the 666. We have 0. I am limitless. There is no beginning and no end. All is infinite. It is time to develop your spiritual side. You are gaining new sight and understanding of both godly and earthly things. That's so wonderful. 555. Oh, that's cool. 654. Do you guys see that? A major shift is about to come into your life. Experience and change your path's direction. Be open and stay positive. I am optimistic. 555. And 44, master number. Your angels are encouraging you to continue on your present life path with diligence and determination, and even greater success will come in the future. I am supported. 000. I am a creator. You are one with the creator, and there are no limits to what you can achieve. You have the ability to create something new and incredible in your lifetime here on earth. 27. Your mind is wide open and you are tolerant and compassionate towards all ways of life. You value freedom of expression and want to improve the conditions of people, whether in your community, country, or the people at large. I am expressive. And this back of the deck is saying, I am harmonious. You relate to others on an almost cosmic level. You are dedicated to rebuilding harmonious relationships of all kinds. You have the ability to persuade others to your point of view by using gentle means. So that is very lovely energy I'm getting from you guys. I love the descending 6540, and we have the doubles with the zeros. I am limitless. I am creator. So you could create literally anything. It's up to you what it is. It is limitless, the abundance of things that you can create and the areas that you can like place that on. So express where you feel strongest and maybe support that. Try a new journey, maybe in alignment with it, or that's next to it, or that is similar to it. Harmonious is like resonating energy. I love that for you guys. I'm going to get out feather messages now for you guys to live shuffle for the collective's messages today from the feathers. If you resonate with birds or have been seeing feathers or numbers lately, these are probably validating for you, or just advice, something that's here for you. Probably it's here for you and you're experiencing it for some reason. Just apply it how it works. Falcon, it says, use your keen perception and skill in making decisions. Do not delay. Pelican, choose to follow the path of forgiveness and raise your vibration. Starling and eagle, now is the time to get out into the world and connect in authentic ways. You are learning all aspects of spiritual connection with reaching new heights. Eagle. Any other messages here for the collective, please? We have duck. It's reverse. So maybe you guys specifically had a pet duck, or maybe you have an animal, like maybe your favorite animal is a duck, because I know some people who do really like that. Maybe you, I don't know, like chickens, ducks, certain birds are eaten by people. So maybe it's just like that's an interesting turn on or off. About diet issues, or maybe just pet situations. Parrot, pets. Parrots are common pets. So there's another thing of that validation there. Find comfort and balance in simple ways. You have support all around you. But that's also another message for those that don't resonate with the other stuff I said. There's duck and parrot here. So on the parrot card, it says, let go of others' thoughts and opinions. It is time to embrace who you really are. And the wisdom and messages of the divine are with you. So you know who you want to be, or, you know, like an idea of like where you find like your jealousy. That's probably a bit of like who, like you want to be more like them. And because they are them, you're like, how do, like, you just, it's out of control, some of that energy. But honor that true honesty, you know, be like, okay, like, why am I behaving certain ways? Why am I seeing this way or that way? Is it me or the person? Is the person, you know, taking stabs at me? You know, because like, you could say your experience once, and then someone who truly cares about you will make sure you don't experience it, or like you'll experience it less. I've seen that work beautifully in relationships. Like maybe my relationships haven't been successful, but I've been supportive as like, I'm just a good friend. So people, when they come to advice with me, I'm looking for like the best in the overall situation, right? And it's like, I hear that kind of flourishing energy sometimes where it's like, their feedback is, yeah, they did stop after I told them to stop. And that's it. And then they kind of never really experienced it again. And that's like the beautiful thing of like seeing when someone cares. If someone doesn't care, they're going to repeat an offense. They're going to intentionally do it again. You're going to see it. You're going to see the same problem again and again and again. And some people are tired, and I got tired. I'm like, yo, that's some bullshit that's happening. What's up there? Can you work with that? And it's like, maybe it's taken you some time to figure out how to move fast when someone's like fucking with your shit. Okay, because like some people are really good at manipulating. Some people are really good at hiding and pretending to be good and like, okay, there is a lot of stuff like that occurs. Mature man, but then there's the growing up that occurs. Someone who has grown up, it's like you can really see if it's like, I'm hearing my mama don't like you and she likes everyone. So it's like, she likes everyone, but she don't like you. Why? It's like, because there's a reason, right? It's like, and it doesn't have to be a mama. It could be like a grandpa, grandma, like some mature figure. It doesn't have to be like an old man, okay? Or it doesn't have to be a man in the situation, but just like someone who is grown and has a masculine energy. They have that control over themselves and over their connections and over their situations. They learned. They maybe had a good role model or good inspiration in their youth, or maybe they just figured out how to do it for themselves. Like they grew up, like maybe they grew up really young because like the parents didn't really show them or teach them. It had to be taught the hard way in youth, and all sorts of interesting ways in youth. Some traumatic things in youth, or some shitty stuff. Again, children, it could be significant. It could be stuff that happened when you were a child. It could be that you have children. Something with the mature man and child were affected. Maybe there was grooming that happened. Maybe there was, I don't want to instill this, but if it's your situation, if there's been some sort of, domestic situation there, but you know it if it's there. If it's not there, don't place it, please. It's a gift to be able to read. It's a gift to be able to share stories and work together on what's going on. But back to gossip, make sure that the only the important parts of the story are applied. Like, it just didn't work out. He needs to live his life, or she needs to live her life. She needs, like, they need to figure something out, blah, 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 blah. Like, some of this stuff that occurs with your official person, it needs to stay sacred. A lot of things with a lot of your other connections, they do need to stay sacred, but it's like but like with your most intimate person, they do have to know a lot or everything about your life. If you deem them to be your partner, there has to not be any betrayal or backstabbing. It makes them sick. It will, like, you'll literally see their health go down when you do stuff without them knowing, because it is sickening to just find out anything later, even if it is, like, I don't know, like, it could be really, really honest, but it's just not fun to, like, not know what's going on with your person, because not knowing just is like, whoa, like, the anxiety. So maybe you guys need to increase your communication. You guys need to increase your, maybe I'm hearing increased sex life. I'm hearing increased creativity, because it's not just sex life. Sex is just like, maybe your sacral chakra needs to be looked at or rebalanced. Some of you, I'm hearing that, like, you've had maybe some doctor's appointments related to sacral chakra energy. It could be to do with your ovaries or your like lower stomach area, maybe issues in your lower back area. Maybe think about your root chakra as well. Think about where you need to feel more safe and more like feel like your creative space is safe, or that you are safe sexually. I think maybe we have seen some sexual abuse, or have dealt with someone who has seen that, and you don't know what to do with self or do with your person. Maybe you see their bad health and you wonder a little bit about their heart space, if their heart space or if their energy is honest. Some secrets will literally go to death. Some people will take secrets to death because it will destroy families. It will destroy a whole situation. It will undo a whole situation. But the thing is, it's like, the truth is there, period. What you want to die for it? The truth is going to be there, period. So, like, you want other people to die for your sins or your secrets? Come on now. Toil and labor, 38. Some of you work really hard for the things that you do, and it's just people try and take your shit away. You're worried about people taking your shit away. That is a healthy concern to have, but it is unhealthy to, like, feel that repeatedly. Like, if someone gives you that energy, it's a repeat offense of that energy trying to come through, right? So then notice who's giving you that. There's people who are fake as shit happening here. High honor, because it's very obvious who is special or who has gifts, who is like takes care of themselves and who does all this work. It gets really obvious, and then there's people who are just lurking on like, how can I get some of that? Like how like they don't deserve that. Like they are thinking that way because they don't deserve. It's like projection. They think they don't deserve it. So when other people get it, they are thinking they're undeserving, but it's a projection, an ego projection that they are very, 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 very highly unaware of. Because it's like they're not doing better, so they just take down what's better than them. Like they don't realize that there's some like superiority complex or like not good enough, so they have to be the best or not at all kind of thing. Like this is extreme energy, mind you. This is extreme energy. We're trying to channel it so we can understand it. Main female. There's a main person who's been, maybe there's a main person who's been, okay? Once you found them, it's them. You know, it don't matter. It's them. I'm hearing, nobody wanna see us together, but it don't matter, no, 'cause I got you, babe. So maybe it's all about that, and there's been all this like BS in the middle. But it's like maybe your person really has to find out who these fake people are. They keep feeding the energy to the fake people, and maybe you warned them. Maybe many times you warned them. You're like, I'm not really with them or for them, right? And they don't see why. They don't see why, and then suddenly you're the foe and they're not the foe, and then they're closer to the person who's like stabbing them in the back, and you're like, oh, what am I, how can I do this? Like, what's going on, right? Is the situation's out of your control because it's not a lesson for you to learn. You see higher and bigger. They haven't seen it yet, and as much as you want to protect them and love them, they have to want the protection and love like in that placement also. Otherwise, it's not going to make sense. One of those things is like, you can't make it make sense for someone else who needs to make it make sense. That's doing the work for them. You can't do that. It's exhausting. Some of you feel really tired and really heavy and really like you just with it. Release. This is some of the work where you need to hear it, and it's tough to hear it, but it's like release. Release the energy, release the person, release the space, release something. Maybe you need a meditation on what your specifics are. A crystal balance session would be wonderful for you guys. There is a service, it's $44. Clients that maintain schedule with me, it's half off. You just have to be weekly or monthly or bi-weekly, your choice. But maybe the meditation will clear something up for you, or a card reading where you'll get one-on-one validating synchronicities, and you know, we can really get into it, and I'll cry with you, I'll laugh with you, we'll release it together, okay? But that is like how the personal service works if you are interested in those. Let's get out some Hidden Truth Oracle. This is from All Things Intuitive. I love their cards. And so they are a work of art. Just, yeah, I love all my card decks. But just to highlight from All Things Intuitive, I got their decks off of Etsy from their shop directly. So I encourage you to do that if you were to look for their cards. Just being near you is intoxicating. I hide behind material things. You speak to me through music. I left when I saw you with someone. I lost myself for a while. Finding out the truth crushed me. Some of you, there was falsehood, like you thought, and it's like you didn't really, you thought you knew about the situation. It's like you really didn't know as much about the situation as you thought you did. And it's like, that's okay. It happens. I'm so attracted to you. I know as a distraction from your pain. Some of you, we will be together again. It's really up to you. what you're seeing in your person, because there is toxic stuff, but like how much of, right, I'm hearing like that pick your poison. Everyone has their vices and virtues. So pick. I will wait for a sign from you. Some of you need to show that you're interested, like be more clear about the interest. We need to let each other go and maybe let people date. Maybe you guys need to date other people to really know if it's like if it's really you, and you need to have an open conversation about that. I feel you, even though we are apart. It's going to be painful to see these people, like your person, date other people. But it's like, if that's the journey they need to be on, that's the journey they need to be on. If they've only dated you, they have to have that, like, other people experience. And if you guys never come back together, you guys never come back together. You guys will then have found your actual person. If you did come back together, then you know that you guys were just meant to be, right? If you guys are just like are on agreement of still wanting the same things after all this time. I bury myself in work to forget you. Maybe the goal is to raise the money that you always said that you wanted to. And it's like, as long as the relationship was gonna be there, it was gonna be tanking the finances. Or maybe a baby mama situation or baby daddy situation is always, you know, it was always going to be tanking the situation. Either financially or emotionally. They're always going to try. They're always going to try. They're always going to be like, oh, remember me? Remember us? Remember the baby? Remember the situation? Remember this? And it's like, yeah, I do remember. But also remember this. You know, like some of you, it's like that. Okay. I'm grateful for the spiritual lesson because you learned, and it's like when you learned, you don't go back. You need to continue practicing your better self. I want to feel that way again. Yeah, you may want to feel how you used to feel because it was all new. The feeling of love was new. It was untouched. It was unharmed. But it's like you can still feel that way when you heal it, you know, like just like when you have a cut or a wound, it heals over and it's like it never happened. Some of you, there's a scar left behind. Okay, sure. I wish things could be different. A scar has been left behind. Some things were traumatic. Some things suck. I didn't react when people mention you. That may be true. The appreciation or the communication from your person or like the right spotlight from your person just never occurred. And it's like, I wish I could take back my words. Like they entertained other things. The argument went from 0 to 100, and it's like some things were said that they wish they didn't say, and some things that were like, why did I even place that in their head? Like now they think this, and it's like some of you, I can't stop thinking about you. I want to tell you how I feel. You're going to get communication about this because I'm like with the Page of Wands, any of the pages is like communication, and Page of Wands specifically is geared on like this person feels passionate about you, or you feel passionate about something, or you feel passionate about a person. Like you can't stop thinking about your hobbies, or you can't, you know, like you wish that something in your career path life went differently, that you wish you didn't spend so much time in one area or another. But it's like, no, you got skills in that placement, but like you're lying to yourself about like whether or not it did, like your situation did something for you. Whether it was the relationship or partnership or like schoolmate, classmate, working, something with school or work, like maybe was a lot of lying from your people in your surroundings, and they regret lying. They're going to regret lying to you now because they sabotaged all this shit. And then when you sort of realize the placement of like they were sabotaging your shit, and then you have a boundary on it, you're gonna see their whole shit fall apart. Like all their shit's gonna fucking fall apart in all the same placements that they try to fuck you over in exactly all the same placements. And I'm telling you, this is the honest truth. Someone used their child to get out of hanging out with me and was like, oh, I can't because it's cold weather outside and I don't want my baby to get sick. But then some BS shit happened later, and they still went out. They went out the house, but then they just didn't think it was worth going out of the house for me. So they use their baby as saying, oh, I don't want my baby to get sick. And it's like literally, I was like, this person lied to me, right? And I'm like, all right. Let me just like not care, basically. Let me just back off and not wonder why they didn't want to hang out with me, why they don't want to love me and be my friend. Like instead of wondering that and placing all this weight and baggage and bullshit on myself, I'm just like, nah, yo, like, no, that shit don't fly over here anymore. And then it was so disheartening because then their kid actually got sick with a really bad illness at that. You know, they got sick, and that's not cool that the placement occurs like that. And that even occurs like with like, that's like scapegoating. It literally makes your loved ones sick. I've seen another person as like their extended relative is sick, and they're constantly placed as like reasons not to do things and blah, 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 blah. Excuse me, what? Like, to some degree, yes, maybe. The scapegoating, though, it like affects their heart space, and you're seeing it. Or their workspace, their financial space, their stability space. Oh, that back of the deck, I love you. Some people, they just knew how you felt about something, and then they impeded in that. They impeded from the words being able to come out or the expression being able to come out. They see you weak, so they then use their manipulative, empowering energy to then like push you around until you can't be pushed around, until you feel so sick you can't take it anymore, until you're so tired you can't take it anymore. Then you're opening your eyes, this is the extreme moment, and you're like, who's doing this? You're like, oh, and you're like, you're so stuck. Some of you feel so stuck, but you're not that stuck. Some of you have taken yourselves in and out of these situations and can do it again. Remember your strength. I know I messed up everything. You came closer than anyone. Maybe to figuring out the shit. Maybe closest to the heart, and they're hella guarded. Maybe closest to anyone on like you were gonna get a promotion and then someone knew about it. You were gonna get an opportunity, someone knew about it, so then they gave you advice to make you look like you're a bad, like that you would be a bad role. And they're like, well, there it is. You know, they influenced you, made you think, oh, everyone's doing it, or they did some sort of thing like, you know, maybe a group made it seem like it's passable or something like that, or a lot of like, you know, wanting to fit in. There's a lot of layers to some of this karma that is occurring in the group, or yeah, the group, the collective, everybody. Let's see though. I'm gonna shuffle these compliment cards. What do you guys need to hear right now? This says, if you needed a kidney, I would totally help you steal one. So maybe you have someone who's dealing with kidney problems. And you would have someone would totally donate for you, like not a problem at all. They would be sick with you. They would, you know, live and die with you. They would do everything with you. Of all the people in the world, you're the most adorable per inch. I would kill 100 spiders just to be with you. Spiders are a synchronicity for some here. The devil on my shoulder sounds like you, but I gave him a British accent. Some of you have just devilish energy and you let them speak and you cover it. You're a goddamned wizard when it comes to frying eggs. Some of you, eggs are significant. Maybe you need an egg cleanse, or you've been eating eggs or need to take a break from eating eggs. Maybe your person really makes good eggs, or you make really good eggs for your person, and that's their obsession with you for now. There's many obsessions with one another. Be self-obsessed. Potent energies here, you know, be amazing. Your desk should be classified as a national treasure. It's dusty enough to be anyway. So realize when you haven't worked at your desk, and know that it's a treasure that you could access it. National treasure. It's dusty enough anyway. That's so funny. You have a kind face and an angry body. You're like the personification of autumn, but with fewer dead leaves. I'm gonna shuffle the other handful. Okay, let's go. Messages for the collective. What do they need to experience in this reading for their highest good? Your eyes look like someone dropped food coloring in milk, but pretty. That is like the swirls. That sounds funny. That's like swirl. Like who wrote these? I bet that even your pancreas is beautiful. You are a wonderfully horrible influence on me. Horrible, like healing. Healing can be a really horrible experience, but it's also fun. You know, it's lightening. So you are really talented when it comes to napping. Love that. You guys sleep, rest. You guys need it. If you're good at anything, remember that you're good at sleeping. You are really smart and really weird. Luckily, I just happen to be into both. So what else is there here for the collective? You've got more passion than a romance novel with a shirtless guy on a horse. I'm getting that name Fabio or Paul or Marcus. Maximilian, William. I'm going as you for Halloween. How do you do that weird thing with your face? Oh gosh. Okay, that's gonna be it for those. I cap out on Halloween. I was like, I'm going as you for Halloween. Okay. These are pre-shuffled oracles, just that really lightened up the situation. So maybe you guys needed to play around and flirt more with your person or in your situations. If you're single or with your person, like take whatever placements you have. But we're really getting down to passion projects and like how can we like romance or ignite the passion? How can we start the works? It could be fireworks. Igniting fireworks in your connection. It could be popping off in work, right? So let's get to it. We must reclaim our agenda with a forceful grip. We do not need to await more resources. We need to act, and we will find abundance comes to us. We do not need more time. We need a stronger reason to act so that we use time more efficiently. If taking action toward our dreams before the perfect conditions arise or before we receive permission is unreasonable or reckless, then we must be unreasonable or reckless. We have forgotten that the natural foe to life is not a distant death, but a present in the moment detachment from living. And without self-mastery, we are slaves to fear, impulse, and conformity. With self-mastery, joy, greatness, and transcendence are ours. The universe has big plans for me, and it's time to claim them. In stillness, I will receive. The fruit of surrender is patient grace. I live beyond images. I am open to eternity. I will appreciate all people. I will overlook the tension and be friendly to someone who has ignored me. You were made for immortality. Confrontation, opposition, 53. 50, 12th house, introspection. Beloved, Venus, 21. Ascendant, entrance, 35. And Leo, shine, number 5. Gemini, cross-pollinate, number 3. So heavy on 3s and 5s are significant here. 369 project could be significant for you as well. You may be dealing with a Leo, Gemini, Sagittarius, Virgo, or have someone that is in those placements. Venus is definitely romantic energy. So if you had or needed validation there, it could be that. It doesn't have to be that, but 12th house introspection is telling me that there is mirroring occurring in your connections, both in who you were and who you want to be. If you do not want certain energies, if you do not want the old you need to reject the things that are in alignment with those and accept the versions that are in your new, the version of you that is going to exist or that exists today. Expand and really digest and understand what's influencing you. Social media, YouTube content, movie content, TV show content, people in your surroundings, news. What type of context is the news that you're tapping into? Do you receive good news often or bad news often? Balance out the scales of the things that you give and receive on many levels. Oh. This one says projecting. Rather than reacting and projecting my emotions onto others, I remember no one is to blame. No one is responsible for the emotions that I feel. When someone says or does something that brings up strong emotions within me, I have the choice in how I respond. Intentions. Today is a fresh start. No matter how my day was yesterday, I can make of today whatever I want. My intention for the day is blank. Write your intention and tape the card behind your door so you may remember as you leave your house. Up and out. To heal the parts of me that feel hurt, I must feel every emotion. It has to come up to come out. I don't try to push my feelings away. I sit with them and feel them as I release them. Let your emotions point direction, point at who's doing it. And then figure out if you will allow it. Dance it out. I can move emotions through my body by dancing. Whenever I start to feel built up energy or crankiness, I will play some music and move intuitively. I don't have to look a certain way. Simply move and feel as the stress or heaviness begins to ease out of my body. So dancing is about feeling free. It's not about looking sexy. It's not about looking good or being good at it. You just gotta feel free. It's not personal. People's reaction or opinions of me are really not about me at all. People tend to project their own insecurities or fears onto one another. So when someone speaks unkindly to me, I'll remember they have something going on that has nothing to do with me. Breathe. It's easy for me to return to the present moment simply by breathing. If I am feeling anxious or worried, I close my eyes and breathe in deeply as I picture myself filling up with white light. Then exhale and envision stress and tension leaving my body. In this moment, I am free to gently stretch and open my eyes, feeling refreshed. Wow, that was a mess. I'm sorry, guys. I wanted to surprise you guys, but that's kind of crazy. So some of you feel like surprises are a bit much. And it's like surprises are meant to be, are what they are, because they have good and bad context. So don't just shut out surprises because you've seen bad. But some things have made a big mess because maybe you walked in on something or you didn't like something. Something was triggering and then it made the situation worse. There's lots of layers to it. Take it however it is for you. But I just wanted to surprise you guys with the tea leaf cards and then literally all my shit fell over. So you guys, some of this shit is some people didn't deserve the surprise you had in store for them. Sometimes the universe is like that where they have a lot in store for you, but you have to clean up your mess first. A lot of this energy is resonant or synchronistic with what's actually going on. So just the surprise maybe was just not Let's see. Hills, obstacles to overcome. Yeah, clearly in the connection or in your space or with your situation. Bird flying. News is on the way. Ear, good news. Oh, wow. That is cool. That's really cool. Let's see. You are highly thought of. Bow. Vase, secret admirer. Cobweb, protected from negative forces beyond your control. Sunrise, new creative ideas, new ventures, a fresh start. That's where your passion project is going to be. That's where you're going to find your love, or your true love is when you are having fun. We discussed that last reading. So just have fun, feel fresh, feel good, do yourself up. Stork, news of a birth or a new business opportunity. It's coming in. Box, you will receive a gift. Feather, someone you know is undependable and insecure. You're being protected from them. It's going to be revealed. Someone will gossip about all your secrets. Wheel, indecisiveness, allowing your life to ramble aimlessly. Be careful of who you are talking with. Some people have big mouths and then they use it to smear campaign your business. Maybe you're not getting business because this person's talking bad about you. Saying they actually receive services when they have not. Actually, they probably have not, and they are just, you know, making it a fear tactic or saying something, some bullshit. I don't know. Increase in material wealth or spiritual growth. But if you're being the honest one, you're going to come out winning. The losers and winners are going to be placed exactly where they deserve. Again, consequence, reward balance. If you sought to destroy somebody, that shit's gonna backfire. Mule, someone is extremely stubborn and unwilling to change. Some people will never change their ways. Some people will always be evil, conniving, manipulative because they don't know how to they don't know how to receive in any other fashion. They're so stuck in receiving this way that their birth or conception of a child or enterprise, that's just who they are. If you know, you know. Do not be tempted to lower your standards. Lowering your standards is continuing to accept them, settling for what you have right now. If you're unhappy right now, it's settling. Position of authority, have control over what you're settling for. Are you actually happy? Because settling is not bad, okay? Settling is not bad. It's just, what are you settling for? Are you settling for amazing things in your life, to ground amazing things? Or are you settling for whatever you're feeling right now? Really consider which one it is. Be a boss, be a queen, be a king. Gong, exciting event. Take yourself out, go do something, go to an event, and you'll find the real spiritual love, the real universal love when you venture. Tent, and temporary situation, and that your situation right now was meant to teach you something for the meantime. Angel, spiritual guidance, protection from harm. Whatever you decide, you'll be protected in your decisions. You'll be protected in your situation. Love, deep affection, and caring. Have this in your heart space, and the universe will match love, respect, and protection. Lobster, financial pinch. Okay, those are going to be, if you saw a synchronicity there or a message that is yours, that's probably definitely also yours. But that is going to be all the messages, you guys, this time. I am divinely happy to share and make sure I'm in the works so that you guys are in the works. And so with all that being said, maybe take care with malachite and rose quartz close in your heart space, as well as black opal. Those have been allies for me, so they may show up as allies for you. So until next time, you guys take care. This was Magic with Melly.